Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 454. The title of today's lesson is the difference between on the contrary, in contrast, and contrary to popular belief. Yeah, there's a student that asked me to do this one, and I can understand why, because, especially of an ESL, it could be confusing between these three terms. But actually, I think there are some very clear differences between these three. That's easy to distinguish. Okay, anyway, let's take a look at the board here. Let me step back for a second. Okay, let's get into it right now. We use in contrast simply to compare two different, could be two different ideas, two different viewpoints or opinions, things, etc. It does not suggest one is right or one is wrong. It simply is used to show the difference. So in contrast this one and in contrast that one, you're just clearly saying that there are differences between the two. And again, there's no right or wrong or better or worse. All right, let's continue. On the contrary is used to show that the writer or the speaker, from their point of view, believes that what he is pointing out, a stated fact, opinion, etc., is not exactly correct. And will usually go on to explain why he thinks this or what he believes is correct. So that's how we use on the contrary. All right. Contrary to popular belief is similar to on the contrary, meaning that, you are saying what somebody else says is wrong. However, except that one is emphasizing that what many or most people believe is right or correct is in fact not. So with if you say on contrary to popular belief, you're acknowledging that a large percentage of people, or maybe even most people, believe this, but from your facts or evidence or whatever proof that you looked at, you think that it's not right. And there could be a number of reasons why. Usually there is some good reason why it's become the popular belief, usually because a lot of people have been told this, and they just trusted the sources that told them and didn't really check anything on their own. So that's why very often it is. But again, this is the opinion of the speaker, so you really have to look at both sides. You may have to do your own research to find out really which one is correct. Let's continue here. All right, so let's give some examples. Here's the first one. The Thai fruit durian is considered to be a fruit that is a delicious delicacy. Well, in contrast, others consider it, meaning other people, others consider it to be an ugly, putrid-smelling fruit that should be avoided. Now, in the first one, of course, where we use in contrast, we're not really judging. We're just saying some people think this or believe this or feel this way, and some others believe or think or feel the other way. We're not saying one is right or one is wrong or better or worse. Let's continue. All right, now with the second example here, we're using the same idea so you can kind of clearly see the difference between the two. Some people think durian is one of the worst smelling, disgusting types of fruit on earth. They couldn't be more wrong. So here you're actually saying that you think they are wrong. On the contrary, it is a savory delicacy loved by millions that is very nutritious, and it's even healthy for you, and it's delicious. So from this person's point of view, he's saying that the other ones are wrong. So then we would say on the contrary. So from you as a speaker or the writer, that's what you're saying. You're saying that this other person or this other group is wrong. Okay, now time to give you an example of, contrary to popular belief. Many people believe the polar bear is a critically endangered animal that is close to extinction, that they're almost going to disappear from the earth. Contrary to popular belief, because a lot of people believe this, we've been told this a lot, especially with the global warming movement. The polar bear has become a symbol of it, so it's kind of pushed on us all the time. So this is why a lot of people actually do believe this. Many sources claim their population is the highest it has been in over 50 years. And it has increased at least 30% just since 2005. And that's when a lot of the global movement was even pushing about the polar bear. It's just going up and up and up. And I've seen stories of this over the past decade, or even more than a past decade. And every time I see that they actually, in fact, did another count of the polar bears, it has actually increased. It's never actually gone down, and they're much higher than they've been decades ago. So the statement that they're close to extinction, or the belief, that's definitely not correct. Now, many people who are, strong believers in global warming will probably tell you, well, projected in the future, they're still going to go down. Well, that may be, time will tell. We'll see about that. But so far, that hasn't come to pass. That hasn't come to be true so far. And the fact that they're definitely not near extinction. In fact, in some areas, they're populated so much that they've been visiting Inuit towns too, because there's just too many of them, basically. Now, maybe some people could argue, somewhere in the world, some polar bear population may have fallen a little. I don't know, but the overall worldwide population of polar bears is definitely up, and it's thriving. It's up by a lot. So this is the sort of situation where we will say contrary to popular belief, because many people believe it. Many people have been, this idea has been pushed or expressed on many people. They didn't really, they just trusted the sources that told them and didn't actually check. Okay. Anyway, you could check for yourself and decide yourself, because actually this is really just the opinion of the people that are speaking. Now, like I said, they may have done their homework, and they may have done their research too. So now I hope you can clearly see the difference between, when we use in contrast, just for comparisons. On the contrary, you're saying somebody's wrong. And contrary to popular belief, you're saying somebody's wrong, and you're admitting that most people believe this way, but you don't think they are right. Okay, anyway, again, I hope you got it. Hope it's clear. Hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.